so this is my Lilith and Libra video, and this is pertaining to the series that I just started, speaking about the Lilith placements in each sign, and basically what Lilith is doing in that sign that is causing the individual with that placement to sabotage themselves, to act out the Lilith energy negatively, to overact and react in that Lilith energy, and just basically ways that the person is supposed to be using Lilith to empower themselves, but instead, because of the feelings associated with an individual and their Lilith, they do go about making these changes and interacting in the place where Lilith is. They go about it the hard way. And so, yes, now I'm on Lilith and Libra. So thank you to the person, the great, awesome person that commented and suggested this particular video. I'm going to end up getting to them all, but it's just when. That's the thing. Okay, so first, I just want to start by saying this. Yes, I do understand that with placements in our chart, like Lilith, a lot of times it can feel that we are out of control, like the energy controls us, the energy is overpowers us, and yes, it can. But really, the goal for any placement in our chart is to see it, know it, understand it, recognize it, and then use it for our advantage. Navigate this earth, navigate this world, navigate life, using it to your advantage, using it to our advantage. And so the Lilith placement, because every placement has a theme. Okay, so with Lilith in Libra, the biggest thing, so let's just break this down for a second. When you're dealing with any type of Libra energy concept, is always about relationships, other people. If you look at the 7th house in correspondence to the birth chart, the 7th house represents other people, us in marriage, us in relationships, even our enemies, like open enemies, people that we know are our enemies. It represents justice, the scales, the universe's order, maintaining and representing the universe's order. But what do you get when you put Lilith in a situation? And not to forget, it represents beauty as well, but not just physical beauty. That's a part of it, but not just physical beauty, but just how we see beauty, how we interpret beauty and see our life and our experiences in a beautiful way, like the beauty that resides within them or within it. So here, Lilith in Libra definitely notices early on that the relationships and affiliations with people that they interact with and that they maintain reflects a certain image to them in certain ways that actually triggers them. Okay, I was interrupted, but so Lilith in Libra ends up finding themselves in situations with other people that actually triggers them through the interactions that they're having with others. And this could be done in a way that, the person that may be involved or the people that may be involved may or may not know that this is what they're doing to the Lilith and Libra person. And then the Lilith and Libra person may or may not know, and more than likely probably don't know, that the triggering is really trying to show them something, right? Trying to reveal to them something about themselves. And so Lilith and Libra, the Lilith and Libra individual could definitely act out. Okay? They can act out where in relationships to other people, they are not. Now, understand this before I go on. Understand this too. Not every single time. Like, there are instances where, and this is just the cardinal rule, and I feel like people get this, but it's still hard to really understand and accept. Typically, when you're dealing in anything relational, it's always at any given time playing a direct role in the navigation of our lives. What we need to be paying attention to, what we need to be aware of, what direction we need to be going in, how we should elevate, how we experience these challenges, how we overcome those challenges. All of that is always playing out simultaneously anytime you're dealing with any type of relationship. And you cannot ignore that with any Libra placement. That's what that represents. So it's not about taking it personal. It's about just understanding that key thing. Because what I'm trying to say is that Lilith and Libra could definitely in situations get treated unfairly, or feel like they're getting treated unfairly by others. This could be earlier on, this could be somewhere in throughout their life, but then they start to take this stance where they act out because they start taking this mindset of, I'm going to get you before you get me type thing. They start taking this mindset of, I'm going to be unfair to you before you be unfair to me type thing. And they burn bridges through doing this. And they also have this this aspect to them to where they end up affiliating with people that they should not be affiliated with. Yeah. Now, some will call this an act of rebellion. I don't feel like it's a straight up act of rebellion, because that would be more of an Aquarius thing, maybe even Sagittarius, slightly Gemini too, you know. I kind of feel that it's more of, like I said, being put in unfair, perceived, whether it is or is not, whether people know that they're doing this or they're not, in perceived unfair situations. Now, I do get it that, and I'm not going to leave this out because it's a significant part. I do get it that Lilith and Libra individuals do have to battle enemies as well. But in the enemies, a lot of times ends up playing the role of somebody significant, somebody that they befriended, somebody they're in a marriage with, somebody they're in a relationship with. However, Lilith and Libra tends to get involved with individuals that they should not be involved with, like I've already mentioned, and then they will stay there. Another thing that Lilith and Libra does is people with Lilith and Libra placement, another thing that they do is they tend to relinquish themselves. They tend to sacrifice themselves for other people, you know, and this could be because they're very relationship oriented and they want relationship, they want partnership, but they don't really know how to go about keeping it. Remember, because they're involved with people that a lot of times that they should not be, that they don't see that the person is the enemy. They may see it, but they're just like, oh, well, I'm accepting the person how they are. But the person ends up working against them. But they end up, you know, being like, well, I really do want to be in this relationship. I really want to be with this person. So I'm just going to hold on to them. I'm just going to, you know, give up on what I'm doing and just to be what they want me to be. Whether you know that this is what you're doing or not, this is what you're doing. And it takes you off path in your life. And you find yourself in cycles of unhappiness and, you know, feeling discontent and all that. And another thing to this, that this Lilith and Libra energy that definitely can interfere or sabotage this energy, this what could be beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna get to that. I'm about to sum this up. Is another thing that can do sabotage this is the fact that Lilith and Libra, because I gave the side about the relationships, the ones that actually do say, okay, I want the relationship. Lilith and Libra can actually refrain from relationships or keep it surface because of experiences that they had with people rejected them, with people turning on them, with people being unfair to them. They feel the best way to keep themselves safe is to just deal with people in a very surface level way. I mean, just based off of looks, just keep people not really knowing them and keeping it that way because they just feel like they cannot trust people. And even though they really do want to be in a relationship that's beautiful, that adds beauty and meaning and dynamics to their life. And Lilith and Libra is definitely a placement that can have this. And actually, this is the thing. I feel like once Lilith and Libra understands that the universe the whole time is trying to get them to be inside of a relation or have relationships and meaningful relationships with other people, and whatever that is, and share into that and live life and see the beauty in life. That's the key. You have to see the beauty in your experiences and what it taught you. Have you ever just seen those people that you see them and you're out somewhere in public and you just see them and they just look like they're just happy-go-lucky and they're just going on in life and just they're content, and you're just like, dang, it seems like this person never has a hard day in their life. Like, what's making them so happy? It's because they have meaningful people in their lives, meaningful relationships in their lives a lot, or they just have peace in their lives, however you want to put it. And they're looking at the trials as there was beauty in that some type of way, or they've overcome something in some type of way, and that is definitely what's intended for Lilith and Libra to do. And these could be very beautiful people. And then I also want to go back to even this part. I'm not going to leave this part out, and then I'm just going to wrap this up. Also, remember, everybody is not necessarily here to focus specifically on relationships with just one other person. So you got to keep that in mind. Like, some people's mission here in life or purpose is to develop themselves in other aspects, in other ways, not just like to maybe develop themselves personally and not just necessarily rely on relationships all the time or focus on that. And some individuals with Lilith and Libra is definitely being shown that, but they don't see it. Like, they see it as rejection. They see it as unfair. And the best way to handle this and approach Lilith and Libra's energy is when you look at your relationships as a navigation, and sometimes standing up into them, and sometimes removing yourself and pulling yourself back and out of those situations with people and not accepting certain interactions with people actually does turn things around. Sometimes it can make the relationships between you and those people better, because now they've done their job and the energy is released or shifted, But like I said, Lilith and Libra could be very beautiful people, or they have some sort of beauty about them that is meant to light up their world, light up other people's world, for them to even pursue some sort of art or, show up that way, individualize themselves, so you could be able to work with other people, because the goal also is to be able to work with other people, but in a healthy manner, right? Or if you're not working with other people, or identifying your individuality within that. Okay. So if you're in a relationship and still bringing forth what you are and who you represent in the situation, and not just letting that go because you are becoming somebody else. Okay. So really trying to keep your identity in situations will definitely help unblock your Lilith energy. And I'm telling you, you definitely will be able to live that life full of beauty and embrace it the way in relationships, in successful partnerships, the way that you do want to have, even if that's you being single, but your relationships are flowing in a good manner, the ones that you are having. And give people a chance to get to know you when they show up that way. When they show up like they are. Usually people you're dealing with, you can tell off bat that that's not how they're showing up. So you shouldn't even waste your time. All right. So this has been Lilith and Libra, and how to unblock your Libra, or you can call it Lilith and Libra hacks. But if I like, please like this video and subscribe to the channel, because you already know I'll be back.